You know, after 25 years of this incredible adventure, it feels like the deepest secrets of the One Piece world are finally coming to light. So today, we're going to piece together this absolutely massive, hidden history that goes back millennia, a story that really defines the entire series. The whole story really boils down to this one central mystery, an entire century of history that was deliberately scrubbed from every record. So, what happened during that time? And why was it so important for someone to hide it? Come on, let's try and unravel this 5,000-year-old puzzle together. But to really understand those missing 100 years, we can't just start there. We have to rewind like way further back. Our journey actually begins 5,000 years ago, because that's when the stage was being set for a war that would literally reshape the entire planet. Okay, let's kick things off with what's been deliberately forgotten. We have to establish that the world is far, far older than the world government wants anyone to believe. There's clear evidence of advanced civilizations that existed long before the Void Century, which proves this history is so much deeper than most people realize. I mean, we know for a fact that sophisticated societies were thriving for thousands of years. Just look at the clues. The Tree of Knowledge in O'Hara stood for 5 millennia. The Royal Palace in Alabasta is 4,000 years old. From the giants of Elbaf to countless others, civilizations were growing and evolving all across the globe. But the story of this ancient world wasn't just being written on the seas down below. Nope, it was also being written up among the stars, with these super advanced civilizations looking down from the one place nobody would ever expect, the moon. Seriously, we know from Enel's cover story that there were multiple winged species living on the moon, and they had some incredible technology. But you know, when their resources up there started running dry, they traveled down to the blue planet below. Just try to imagine it. You look up, and you see winged beings descending from the sky. It must have been completely mind-blowing. This mass migration was so awe-inspiring that it became known as the Age of Heaven. The people on the ground saw them as gods, and these Lunarians went on to establish a kingdom of gods on the Red Line. So, with these new and old civilizations now living together on Earth, two totally opposite ideologies started to form. And this clash of values, well, it set the stage for a conflict that was going to engulf the entire world. And this visualizes the conflict perfectly. On one side, you have the progressive, high-tech Dawn Kingdom, a society that valued freedom and equality above all else. And on the other side, you've got an alliance of kingdoms built on control, hierarchy, and, slave labor. Two completely opposing ways of life. At the absolute heart of this battle of ideas was a legendary figure, the original Joy Boy. This guy, wielding the powers of the sun god Nika, traveled the world bringing laughter and freedom to oppressed people everywhere. He became this incredible symbol of liberation. A clash of ideals like this, it couldn't last forever. It was bound to explode, and boy did it. It blew up into a massive 100-year war that didn't just reshape the world map, it reshaped reality itself. This was the War of the Void Century. Now, Joy Boy and the Dawn Kingdom were immensely powerful. They had 3 so-called ancient weapons. The first was Poseidon, which wasn't a thing, but a power, the incredible ability to communicate with and command the terrifying rulers of the Sea Kings. Next up was Uranus. This weapon gave them complete mastery over the weather itself. Can you imagine? It let them control the skies and sail through even the most dangerous seas like it was nothing. And finally, there was Pluton, an ancient battleship with just unimaginable destructive power. They say it could wipe entire islands clean off the map. With this kind of arsenal, Joy Boy could have easily conquered the world. But he used all this immense power for liberation, not for conquest. So the crucial question is, how did they lose? Well, the Dawn Kingdom's downfall didn't come from an outside invasion. It came from within. A figure we now know as Emu betrayed Joy Boy and somehow convinced 19 other kingdoms to form an alliance to destroy the Dawn Kingdom and its ideals forever. And this slide, man, this gets to the heart of a core mystery. The D in names like Luffy's isn't about a bloodline, it's an ideology. And that's revolutionary, right? It means anyone, human, giant, fishman, it doesn't matter. Anyone who followed Joy Boy's dream of a free world could carry this will. It's not about some inherited destiny, it's a belief you choose. So what happened after this insane, devastating war? Well, the victors didn't just get to write the history books. They erased them completely. With Joy Boy defeated, the 20 Kingdoms Alliance declared victory. They formed the world government, moved to the Red Line, and became the Celestial Dragons, those tyrannical world nobles who rule from on high. And their very first order of business? To systematically erase the last 100 years of history and brand anyone carrying the Will of D as natural enemies of the gods. But here's the thing. Not everyone in the Alliance was on board. Queen Nefertari Lily of Alabasta, she realized the true tyrannical nature of their new leader, Emu. So she secretly defied them. She made sure that the Poneglyphs, these indestructible stones with the true history engraved on them, were scattered far and wide. They became the only proof of what really happened, right before she mysteriously vanished forever. So Joy Boy was defeated, but his will was not destroyed. In his final moments, he left behind a plan, an apology, and a promise. A prophecy that was set to unfold 800 years in the future. On a poneglyph left on Fishman Island, Joy Boy carved message. It was an apology for failing to keep his promise to bring the fishmen up to live in the sun. But it was also a message of hope. He promised that one day someone would return to fulfill that dream in his place. And that is the question that defines the current Great Pirate era. This ancient prophecy is the ghost that haunts the world government, and it's the light that guides everyone who seeks freedom. After 800 years of darkness, the entire world is now waiting, just listening, for the drums of liberation to finally sound once more.